Skillful reading today's riddle. A man rode out of town on Sunday. He stayed a whole night at a hotel and rode back to town the next day on Sunday. How is this possible? Critical thinking skill. Skillful reading. Reading can, for some, be a very enjoyable experience. There are times, however, when reading needs to be done in a very critical way, whether this is whilst reading a novel in English, a crack report in science, or a car manual in order to fix a car. Skillful reading is the ability to pick out the key information in a text. Over time you will be able to do this without writing it down, but in order for us to assess you on your critical thinking, we need you to demonstrate this skill. Example text. The Hobbit. Chapter I. An unexpected party in a hole in the ground there lived a hobbit. Not a nasty, dirty, wet hole, filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to sit down on or to eat. It was a hobbit hole, and that means comfort. It had a perfectly round door like a porthole, painted green, with a shiny yellow brass knob in the exact middle. The door opened onto a tube-shaped hall like a tunnel, a very comfortable tunnel without smoke, with paneled walls, and floors tiled and carpeted, provided with polished chairs, and lots of pegs for hats and coats. The hobbit was fond of visitors. The tunnel wound on and on, going fairly but not quite straight into the side of the hill, as all the people for many miles round called it, and many little round doors opened out of it, first on one side and then on another. No going upstairs for the hobbit. Bedrooms, bathrooms, cellars, pantries, lots of these, wardrobes. He had whole rooms devoted to clothes, kitchens, dining rooms, all were on the same floor, and indeed on the same passage. The best rooms were all on the left-hand side, going in, for these were the only ones to have windows, deep-set round windows looking over his garden, and meadows beyond, sloping down to the river. This hobbit was a very well-to-do hobbit, and his name was Baggins. The Bagginses had lived in the neighborhood of the hill for time out of mind, and people considered them very respectable, not only because most of them were rich, but also because they never had any adventures or did anything unexpected. You could tell what a Baggins would say on any question without the bother of asking him. This is a story of how a Baggins had an adventure, and found himself doing and saying things altogether unexpected. He may have lost the neighbor's respect, but he gained, well, you will see whether he gained anything in the end. Example of highlighting key information. Click to view file. Click to view file. Summary of highlighted information. A hobbit, named Baggins, lived in a hole in a hill, called the hill. It was a very comfortable hole, a hobbit hole. It had a perfectly round door, painted green, which led to a comfortable tunnel with paneled walls, and tiled and carpeted floors. There were also round windows that looked out over the gardens. This hobbit was very fond of visitors. He had whole rooms devoted to clothes. He was a well-to-do hobbit, who never did anything unexpected or had any adventures. However, this is the story of how this particular Baggins had an adventure and found himself doing and saying things that were very unexpected. Task. Part 1. Students are to choose one of the texts below. They should read through the text highlighting the key pieces of information. This can be done by either printing the text or by opening it in Preview or Word and using the highlight tool. Part 2. Students are to then create a summary of the text utilizing these key pieces of information. This should be done in full sentences and paragraphs and should end up being much shorter than the original text. You will find a place to upload your highlighted text and a box to type out your summary. Choice 1. Art History. Anselm Kiefer. Click to view file. Click to view file. Choice 2. Automotive History. 69 Chevy Camaro. Click to view file. Click to view file. Choice 3. Literature. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Click to view file. Click to view file. Choice 4. Biography. Chris Hemsworth. Click to view file. Click to view file. Upload your highlighted text below. If you have done this on a printed version, please see your class teacher to check whether they wish it to be uploaded or handed to them. Drop file here. Drag and drop file here to begin upload or upload file. Choose file or upload from Microsoft OneDrive. Write out your summary below. Once completed, please go on with your inquiry project.